So do you also use IndiaMart to get more leads for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to add IndiaMart leads and inquiries to Google Sheets for placement services. So over here I also use IndiaMart to get more leads for my business. So now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new lead through IndiaMart, I want to add the lead details into my Google Sheets so that my sales team can follow up quickly and efficiently. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between IndiaMart and Google Sheets. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video I'll show you how to automatically add IndiaMart leads and inquiries into Google Sheets. It is perfect for placement service providers who need to track candidate or client requests in real time. So as soon as a lead is generated on IndiaMart, this automation captures the key details and logs them neatly into my Google Sheets. Such a useful feature, right? And such a useful automation because this saves me time, keeps your lead data organized, and helps your team to respond faster to job seekers and recruiters. So let's build this workflow step by step. So to do this, I'm just going to open a new tab and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here, I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And once we are going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps, and now we're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And now it is opening the dashboard of my Pabbly Connects account, and to get started, I'm simply going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard, you can see multiple folders which I have already created in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can go to this create new folder button and create your own. I've already created many, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations. And now I'm just going to name my workflow as this, which says add IndiaMart leads and inquiries to Google Sheets for placement services. And then we're just going to simply click on this button which says create. And once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. So by this, you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, I'm simply going to select my trigger application, which is IndiaMart. So I'm just going to search for IndiaMart right over here and select it. And now for the trigger event, I'm just going to simply select it as new leads. And now it is giving me a webhook URL which we're just going to use in order to create a connection between my IndiaMart account and my Pabbly Connects workflow. So I'm simply going to copy this webhook URL and then I'm just going to open my IndiaMart account. And after opening this account, we are simply going to go to this lead manager. And after coming over here, we have to go to this menu and then towards this import export leads, and then over here towards this push API. So you have to follow me exactly like I did. Lead manager, menu, import export leads, and then push API. Alright, and now it is asking me to select the source and the CRM platform name. So we're going to see that in the help text, it has clearly mentioned that choose other in the select source option and enter Pabbly Connect in the CRM platform name. Alright, so I'm just going to follow the same. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to select the source as other right over here. And now for the CRM platform name, I'm just going to keep it as Pabbly Connect. And now it is asking me for the webhook listener URL. So I'm simply going to paste the URL which we copied from my workflow. And now I'm just going to click on this button which says save details. And now it is asking me for the reason why do I wish to shift my IndiaMart leads to any another application. So I'm just going to select my reason as this. I can easily assign leads to my sales team and manage their performance. You can select any another reason of your choice, and now we have to click on this green button which says click to generate OTP. And now it is saying that it has successfully sent me a OTP. Alright, so I'm just going to enter the OTP right over here. And as you can see that we have successfully entered the OTP, and now I'm just going to click on this button which says submit. And once I'm just going to click on this submit, yes, you can see that with this we have successfully added our webhook listener URL right over here. And now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to open my workflow, and with this we have successfully created a connection between my Pabbly Connects workflow and my IndiaMart account. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission. And in order to do this test submission, I'm just going to open my CRM Push API once again, and over here you're going to see the button of test your webhook listener URL. So you simply have to click on this button, and over here you're going to see the button of test. So I'm just going to click on this test, and once I'm just going to click on this test, it is saying success webhook test returned. Your CRM is receiving the request. So yes, you can see that it has successfully sent the details towards my webhook URL. And now I'm just going to open my workflow, and over here you're going to see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. Over here, you're going to see all the details. You can see the unique query ID, the subject, state, pin code, phone number, name, mobile number, email address, company, city, and many another details. But over here, you're going to see that the product name is mineral water bottle, and the message is I want to purchase an empty mineral water bottle. Kindly send me the price and order details. So you must be wondering that this is not related to placement services, right? I want to create this automation for placement services. Then why I'm getting these details? So over here I'm using a test IndiaMart account, so I'm just going to receive the default details right over here. But if you're using a live IndiaMart account, you're going to receive the details which are related to your own business. All right, so no need to worry. I'm just going to move on further, and I'm just going to create the automation using these details only. So now I'm just going to close this trigger, because with this we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now I'm just going to move on towards my action step. For my action application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets and select it. And now for the action event, I'm just going to select add a new row and click on this connect. Once again, it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Sheets account with your Pabbly Connects workflow, you can simply click on this button which says select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection, and now we have to click on this blue button which says sign in with Google. And once I'm just going to click on this sign in with Google, Pabbly is asking me to select the Gmail account, with the help of which I'm just going to connect my Google Sheets. So I'm simply going to select my Gmail account, with the help of which I'm just going to connect my Google Sheets. And now Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So I'm simply going to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. And with this, we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly Connects workflow. And now I'm just going to select my spreadsheet, which is new leads and inquiries. And then I'm just going to select my sheet right over here, which is sheet 1. And now it is asking me for name, phone, address, and query message. So you must be wondering why only 4 details, because these are the 4 details which we have right over here in the columns. So if you want to add more details in your spreadsheet, you can simply add more columns right over here, and you're going to get the details right over here. So you can simply enter them and add those details too. I'm just going to add 4 details only today. All right, so yes, one by one I'm just going to enter all of these details, but I'm not going to enter the detail manually or by copy pasting it, but instead I'm just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected IndiaMart as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of a trigger application only. And as soon as we are just going to map these details automatically, my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So first I'm just going to map the name right over here. I'm just going to look for the name, which is the sender's name. Over here it is IndiaMart in my case, because I have received a test response. But if you're using a live IndiaMart account, you're going to receive your lead details, so you can simply add those. Now for the phone, I'm just going to simply add the phone number right over here, which is the sender's phone number. Now I'm just going to add the address right over here. I'm just going to look for the address and select it. And now I'm just going to enter the query message. I'm just going to look for the message and map it. And now I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And with this, we have received the positive response that we have successfully added these details into my Google Sheets. So I'm just going to open my Google Sheets. Sheets, and as you can see, the details have been added right over here. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now what is going to happen is that whenever we're going to receive a new lead through IndiaMart, automatically the details will be added into my Google Sheets. We don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send as request. All of this is going to happen in backend, and we can just sit back and relax. So now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.